Hello, everyone, and welcome to Watching Twin Peaks for the first time.
Second to last episode. This is crazy.
Yes, if you haven't seen, Twin Peaks before, you don't want to watch.
Get out of here.
We are watching and talking about. I guess we're discussing the penultimate episode.
Yes.
Episode or part 17 of Twin Peaks: The Return.
Yeah. Oh, you know what we need to do though?
What?
We need to watch the rest of the clips.
The missing pieces.
The missing pieces.
Should we try doing that?
We should probably do that after this episode. So we do it before the last one.
So we'll talk about this and then watch the other missing pieces.
Yeah.
Yes, I guess so. I can't remember how many missing pieces we're missing, but we're missing a few.
A few. Yeah.
So how are you feeling?
Oh, it's interesting.
How are you feeling about just being near the end?
I'm feeling kind of sad about being near the end. I want there to be more content. I guess I want Cooper to be at peace. That's really what I want.
Okay, you want.
I'd like Cooper to like find some peace.
So if Cooper finds peace in episode 18, then you think you'll feel like I don't need any more Twin Peaks content.
But if like he
tied
doesn't,
a ribbon around this beautiful, strange package.
Yeah, I think Laura's already found peace. That's the weird thing about this episode. Is like we're like bringing somebody dead out of the ground, and Sarah Palmer does not like that.
It doesn't seem like it. All right, so let's talk about some of these things that happen.
Here we are.
Okay, so this episode starts off back with the FBI folks in South Dakota. And Gordon Cole is, he's got his gun out, and I think a glass of wine.
Albert hands that to him. That's
true, yeah. So
they shoot our girl.
I don't know how much time has passed.
I don't think any time has passed. Like they were like, wow,
so they shot her. She went away.
And he's like,
let's get out some wine. Congratulate, to the Blue Rose. Right?
Yeah.
So you think like minutes have passed.
Yeah. So like, because why else would he have his gun out?
Okay, so last night when I was daydreaming about this particular episode, I'm sorry. Last night when I was daydreaming about the previous episode, part 16, where Albert and Tammy are very quick to the draw, which is a good thing. But that made me think about Albert and his monologue about nonviolence.
She's not a person.
So, but did he know that?
I think he
suspected
it. Also, I think that Albert would have to shoot.
Well, that's the thing, is like that he
sees they've become violent.
He says he would take a punch.
Yeah.
But that's for himself. And so it seems like maybe he would do something in defense of another person.
Because she's about to shoot everyone.
And he is carrying a gun around. It's not like he's,
I mean, like Gandhi was a supporter of guns. Did you know that?
No, I thought you were going to say
Gandhi
carried around guns.
No,
I don't know if he did or not. So Albert and Tammy thwart the manufacturer Diane, and now at the beginning of this episode, they're having some wine together.
Yeah,
and this is when Gordon Cole apologizes to Albert and says for 25 years he has kept something from him.
Yeah,
and that something, if I paraphrased it correctly on my notebook, is that Dale Cooper and Major Briggs had a conversation before Dale disappeared.
I assume probably when they were camping.
Well, I don't know about that because
when does he have it?
That's a good question. They talk about a lot of things camping, and he talks about the White Lodge.
Yeah.
So, but it seems weird that
the White Lodge would take him away. Although it could be like that's a story. There are times after he disappears and he comes back. Yeah, there are times in which they could talk. Oh yeah, there's like
the
whole
three days that pass.
Yeah.
So I like to interpret that after the appearance of Bob.
Yeah. They start talking.
Wait.
Bob?
When do they go camping together? It's
after
the 3 days.
Yeah.
So,
and they've been camping for a while.
Yeah. So yeah. Anyway, so at some point, maybe camping.
You know what? Don't get tied up in the specifics. It's a diary. It's something Laura wrote. It's
torn pages. Yeah.
They talked about it.
All right. So
it's not 24 where you see every minute.
boop, boop. Dale Cooper at some point talks with Major Briggs. Yeah, I want to follow every second. So Dale Cooper talks with Major Briggs before Dale Cooper disappears about an entity called Jiao Day.
Yeah.
And
Jiao Day.
And eventually that has sort of turned it into the word Judy.
Yeah.
And that was the Judy that was mentioned by Philip Jeffries.
Yeah.
And that Dale Cooper says, if I disappear, basically try to find me. I'm trying to kill two birds with one stone.
Yeah.
There's the time of 253 that adds up to 10, and that's the number of completion.
Yeah.
And a little bit about Ray being an informant and getting a message from him. So, anything you want to say about that? I guess I'm just summarizing what happened.
That just happened.
Okay, well, actually, let's put a pin in the Judy aspect. But I do want to say that Mackenzie had guessed the last time we discussed
that it was not.
That, like, Judy, nothing. There's going to be nothing about Judy.
Nothing.
It's going to be a red herring. And now it seems that it's going to be important.
It's like the first biggest mistake I've made.
But that's not a bad track record. There's other stuff. Well, it depends on. I'm still amused by. No, you did think Nadine.
Yeah, but that was cool, and it was a good idea.
And you also didn't know. You didn't have a clue about Catherine in disguise.
That's true.
But
that's more of like, whoa, whimsical.
So as far as like big plot things, this is the first. The Judy thing seems to have eluded you more so than I think a lot of the other supernatural lodge stuff that you seem to be pretty in tune with.
I think so.
She's been places.
I probably have.
All right. So we see Benjamin Horn.
Yeah.
Finds out that his brother Jerry has made it all the way to Wyoming.
We were wondering, like, how far can he walk?
Now, maybe he hitchhiked some of the way, but it seems like the foot takes him. Not his foot, a foot that's attached to his body. And so we see that. That's pretty funny. And then we see Mr. C goes into the forest. Mm-hmm. So he's made his way to the Jackrabbit's palace.
Yeah.
And then he goes into what might be the White Lodge place, or at least it's the place where the firemen, aka the giant, hang out. And there's the floating head of Major Briggs there, which I love seeing. Yeah. Really, he's not saying anything.
He's ready,
So we have two, I think, benevolent figures.
Yeah.
There, and then we have Mr. C is in the cage, and I like this because this reminds me of the glass box.
Yes.
That Dale Cooper is in.
Yeah.
So he's in the cage. What do you think they do?
I think they put him where he doesn't want to be. Because he does kind of die.
So we see the image of Laura's house or Sarah Palmer's house.
Yeah. He wants to go there.
So that's what I was wondering.
But can it travel in time as well? Can the pictures travel in time? Was that what he was hoping?
I don't know.
Because later on we see Dale travel in time, so it's not.
I would think that
far off. I would maybe think he's going back to when Laura's before she's killed. I
would think that it can travel in time.
Yeah.
Because we don't when the bomb sequence happens, and they are the giant is witnessing it.
Yeah.
And then they make Laura.
Right.
And they send her. They send Laura down. Now they might be sending Laura down, as we talked about.
Yeah.
As an egg in the womb of Sarah Palmer. Yeah. So maybe 1946 is the time to send her down. But it could also be we're sending Laura down. She's about to be born, in which case it would be the 70s.
Later. Yeah. Oh, okay. So here's an interesting theory. It's gone.
Oh no.
It's disappeared. No, it was something about how
was it where they go?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when they put her there. Oh, okay, I got it. Yeah. So I was gonna say maybe the reason he wanted to go to Laura's house is if that thing can time travel, like the movie can time travel, which I would argue that maybe cinema can time travel.
Okay.
That maybe he wants to kill Laura before she can be killed by Bob, which would not stop Bob. That would be the opposite of stopping Bob.
Okay.
And the Dales are actually, and this comes into play later when he's trying to save her, the Dales are actually doing the same thing. One of them thinks it's good, and one of them thinks it's like, yeah. But then in the end, it has the same outcome.
I'm thinking that I like that idea.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that he wanted to get back to the house because of Sarah and whatever is connected to Sarah.
Yeah.
And I haven't figured it out yet because I do like your theory that Laura's connected to Sarah.
But it also could be that.
But I like the bug thing, which might be Judy.
Both of them.
You know, the idea of Judy or
Judy's
the bug
a
thing.
Bug.
But it could also be there's something about, like, if we think of Bob connected to Leland for so many years.
Yeah.
Then Bob was, in addition to torturing Laura, was also torturing Sarah.
Yeah.
And so now that we're seeing Sarah being this kind of powerful,
we're like,
creature, then that makes me wonder, you know, what Sarah or Sarah's spirit or whatever is in there.
Close proximity.
It's like, is that a rival of the Bob spirit?
Oh,
you know what I mean? So is that a rival of the Bob spirit? If so, like let's say that Sarah is actually connected to the Judy thing, the dark entity, which, if we talk about the hierarchy that we mentioned, it seems like
the top.
It seems like Judy's the final boss
of everyone,
right?
Yeah.
So it's like, if this is a video game, Judy's going to be the last boss that you play against. Bob's like throughout there a whole bunch, but after you get past Bob, then there's
and you got to defeat him in a couple.
So if that's the case, then that might be that
white entity
that Bob had by holding, I guess, power over Laura, or trying to hold power over Laura as a father figure, bad person, right? Anti-father figure, really, right? That he was trying to sort of do the same with Judy / Sarah Palmer. And so now that and you know, Dale Cooper has been on hold for 25 years and then emerges. Sarah Palmer, after the death of the people around her, is kind of in a stupor for 25 years, and then something emerges.
Breaks,
and again, I'm not sure if to me, Laura feels too benevolent to be responsible for the biting of the truck driver. I know. But I know that she's not necessarily. She's a mixed bag. Yeah. But it seems like I keep going back to the golden ball aspect.
You're placing too much on her then.
I probably am.
Because an angel in this type of situation isn't necessarily good.
Well,
same reason why
Old Testament angels can kick ass.
Yeah, and they got a bunch of eyes.
Yeah, and they're pretty scary.
So
and the truck driver was not a good person.
Yeah.
So you could see.
An angel getting very mad. A deity.
An angel just saying like, "No, no, you are bad. I've judged you."
Yeah.
And
judged.
This is.
Yeah, she judged you.
This is what I've decreed.
Yeah.
So what do you think of some of those ideas?
I like those.
Yeah.
Yeah. I still think Laura, because Laura is like, her main focus in Fire Walk with Me is like, I'm not good, and I'm also not bad.
Yeah.
Your Laura has left. It's just me. Your Laura's gone. This is it. And I like that attitude. So I like thinking that attitude has something to do with her beyond this world.
Yeah.
So I just feel like I feel like it's still Sarah's has Laura.
Why do we see, we're going to skip ahead a little bit. For this discussion.
Yeah.
So later on in this episode, we see Dale Cooper time traveling. Apparently, either time traveling or going into an alternate version or whatever.
Like if it's an alternate version.
But he's question. But he gives the dates, February 23rd, 1989. Yeah. So he goes back in time. I love seeing the Fire Walk with Me clips.
Yes.
And that
they're so good. Human barks.
Judy. All right. So as I was saying, so Dale Cooper goes back in time Laura sees him screams, and that explains what she's screaming at in Fire Walk With Me.
Fire Walking With Me.
Fire Walking With Me, yeah. So that explains why she's screaming.
And then also explains what Fire Walk With Me is. It's that day.
Yeah.
It's that, like, it's only that day.
Mm-hmm.
Or that period of time. That's Fire Walk With Me. Is that, I guess it's that day, yeah. That night.
The film?
Yeah.
Well, it takes over the course of several days.
Yeah, but I mean, like, that's literally what they're referencing. They're referencing themselves. They're referencing their own history.
So when they say
and what is meant to be
one chance out between two worlds, Fire Walk With Me.
Yeah, they're referencing their own film. I was like, what does it mean? Does it mean you have to, like, get past yourself and your own craziness? And it's like, no, it's literally the movie. That's it.
I guess to me, when they talk about like the black fire or whatever, to me, I guess it's like a sort of prayer of saying, I want power to be with me.
Yeah.
Which
is a very Bob thing.
I want power, that kind of thing. Yeah. Or I want to use power. Yeah. And Dale Cooper is trying to use it for good.
Yeah.
So anyway, so he goes back in time. He meets her in the woods. She remembers him from the dream. And then they walk hand in hand together. While they're walking hand in hand through the forest, we cut back to what I think is the present day, like 2017 Twin Peaks. And we see Sarah Palmer's house, and she smashes that. Why is she doing that?
I think that there's something about the death of Laura that is important to stopping Bob. And stopping the
So do you think Dale Cooper is doing the wrong, making the wrong choice?
I think so. I don't know that he knows what kind of choice he's making. Does that make, like, he's making a choice that seems good, but is not necessarily the best outcome for humanity. Right.
And so by her dying, she stops the evil. Yeah. Very Christ-like, very martyr-like. Okay. Well, let's back up a little bit. So Mr. C winds up at the sheriff's station. Doesn't look like he wants to be there. He says, what is this?
What is this?
If he doesn't want to, like, if this is not where he's supposed to be.
Yeah. Well, it's where he's supposed to be. It's not where he wants to be.
Yes, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
But, it's not according to his plan, right? Mm-hmm. So if this goes against his plan.
Yeah. Why does he go in?
Why does he go in? What do you think he's going to do?
I think he just gets caught up. He sees Andy. He's like, yeah, other Dale really likes these guys.
Oh, so you think
Let's kill him.
So he sees Andy and knows, like, hey, these guys trust me.
Yeah, these guys trust me.
I can screw around with these guys.
Yeah, I can commit petty crimes.
Because he's in Twin Peaks, and if he wanted to go to
Laura's house
in the present day, then he's almost there.
Yeah.
And maybe he doesn't want to go to present. Maybe that's a little clue.
Right.
Because if he showed up like, hey, what is this? Hey. Oh, I'm a few blocks away.
Yeah.
I guess I'll
go. So which is why he's like, what is this? Because it's in color.
Yeah.
And it's like it's not
That's very interesting. That's interesting. So we're then leaning to the idea that he wanted to go back to the past.
He also wanted to go see Laura.
And maybe do something to stop Laura from stopping Bob.
Yeah.
All right.
They both want to do the same thing, but for different reasons.
Okay.
Two birds, one stone. Wait, because Bob is a stone in this one. And there's two Dales.
Yes.
And both of the Dales want to kill or want to, like, the stone. I don't know. There's something to be said about there's two Dales.
It almost seems like there's two stones and one bird.
Yeah, but not if they're both trying to go back and like kill Laura or save Laura.
Yeah.
Then Bob's free.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So if Bad Dale goes back, Bob gets what he wants. And if Good Dale goes back, Bob gets what he wants. So it's two birds, one stone for Bob.
So you think that maybe accidentally Dale Cooper's goal is going to do what Mr. C was trying to do.
Yes.
Okay, well, we might find out in the last episode.
I think there's a reason why the one-armed man couldn't save Laura. That's like
he wasn't meant to.
Like he wasn't meant to. Like nobody's meant to.
Like the White Lodge had a plan.
Like Laura is a part of it.
Gotcha.
Part of it.
Laura is the one, as the log lady says. So a lot of things happen once we go inside the sheriff's station. Andy's happy to see
He's like,
Dale Cooper. Yeah, he doesn't suspect anything.
Actually, I think he kind of does.
Oh, right at the beginning? Or when he asks for coffee.
When he's like, do you want some coffee?
Yeah, when Mr. C says, no, I'm fine. It's like,
he's like, okay.
He paused for a while. Okay, I'll go get this. Yeah.
And then he's like, like when he gets to Judy, he just like you never see a tone shift in Andy usually. Yeah. And so when he's like very dead serious, scary.
And he's telling Lucy, this is important. This is important. So Andy goes in. We see Sheriff Frank Truman. Yeah. They sit down, kind of have a staring contest. Yeah. Very, very slow. And I like this scene because I feel like Frank Truman knows that this is probably the bad Dale Cooper.
Yeah, he's like.
So it's like I'm just gonna bide my time here. I'm just gonna wait. There's no rush. Yeah. To like just kind of see what happens.
What's going on?
And then the call from Gordon Cole comes in. Yeah. And Lucy picks it up and take it away.
No, it's from Andy. No, I mean it's from Cooper.
Remember, that's right. That's right.
She's like, she's like freaking out. That's right. Because she has a fear of phones.
Yes, like she has in the
it comes into play.
I think in the first
one she's like,
not the first episode, but the first time we see Sheriff Truman, Frank Truman. Yeah, she's talking to him on the phone while he's in the parking lot, and finally he comes in and she freaks out. She's like, and she says, so she's the hero in this scene.
She really is.
She shoots.
Hold it off.
Right? She shoots the evil Dale Cooper.
Did not expect
the
her
doppelganger.
To shoot Dale Cooper.
I thought it was going to be Andy since he was part of that,
Since he was such a quick shot last time?
We saw him be a quick shot, and we also saw him,
Yeah, but he kind of places her.
It's like he places her.
Yeah, right? He's like, this is where you're going to be.
It looks like
we
he's
don't
just
see him do that. And, he just kind of does that, passing by. Yeah. But when in the dream place,
it's like
he's make sure she's here.
Yeah.
And so when he does that, it's like, yep, I did that. That's what I was supposed to do.
I'm here.
Yeah.
So Lucy, good job.
Yeah, good job, Lucy.
Yeah, very good.
What a quick shot couple.
You're right. Yeah.
Pop off,
you stay around the sheriff's office for 30 years. You're gonna learn things.
Well, I mean, Andy had such a crazy, out of the blue quick shot, and so did Lucy. Yeah. So I love that for them.
Do you? So when Lucy says, "I understand cell phones now," does she?
No, I think she thinks that cell phones are now even
doppelgangers.
Worse.
You're right. She's like,
real people use cell phones when you can see. Well, I guess that's not a bad conclusion, but
yeah,
I don't know that
I'm just worried she's going to shoot another person. But
I don't think she will.
Yeah.
But
So it was, that scene was great because it was sort of the blending of the weird, dark, serious, supernatural parts,
and
the whimsical
comedy.
parts.
The wacky comedy kills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally.
So
then Dale Cooper's like, "Don't touch that body."
Yeah, don't touch it.
The weird workermen, the Oompa Loompas come and
the green people.
Yeah, they start putting them together.
I wonder if you could see them in color because they seem like they're black and white shifted.
Yeah.
If they'd be painted green.
Probably. I think a really dark
City.
Green, maybe. The residents of Oz putting the Scarecrow back together. So so then Bob starts to come out.
The man behind the curtain
in dodgeball form,
and
that's when the British guy with the green fist steps up.
It's like, bang!
What'd you think of that scene?
I like that scene. You know what? I was like, wow, I didn't expect him to do so well. Because at first I was like, yeah, he's just supposed to stop bad cop.
Yeah, he breaks him out of prison and hits the bad cop.
Hold up.
Right. He punches the...
No, I was just thinking about something else.
Yeah?
That drunk man.
Yes.
Andy didn't... he's not there.
Oh,
he's not out of the jail cell.
Because Andy says, I need all of you upstairs.
And he's not real. Bro. He's not real. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Because he's not there.
So does only the bad guy acknowledge him?
Yeah.
The bad cop acknowledges him.
Yeah. And the other people seem like they do, but they don't.
So it would be interesting if that drunk person who might be Billy exists in wherever Audrey is.
Yeah. And that guy
not
can
in
see
this
him.
one.
Yeah.
And why would that guy see him and the others not pay attention to him?
I don't know. But
I do want to go back to the first part where they put him in the cell.
Yeah, because I'm like, why is this man here? They don't talk to him.
If he's drunk, he shouldn't be here this
long. He's
not
a real person. I've decided. Because he's not there when they bring everybody up.
Yeah.
He's not there. All right. Never mind. Let's
good.
continue.
No, that's a good little. It's a tangent worth taking, I think. So the young man with the green hand does meet his destiny.
Yes.
And I love the parallel with the loop of the boxing fight.
Yeah.
Right? We get boxing. We get the boxing motif a couple times with Bushnell, and then with what Sarah's watching.
Yeah.
And so it feels like a boxing match.
And it pretty much follows the
it seems like it does.
Take the right, and then it's like. Or he hits him with the left. Hits him with the left, and he's going down.
And the gentleman...
And he's down, and the gentleman checks to see if he's okay.
Yeah.
And then he
Bob
gets
really goes down.
Yeah, he really...
A portal to hell opens up.
I said, damn, he really went all the way down to hell.
Yeah. Yes, so do you think... Does that mean Bob is dead once and for all?
Not with what Cooper's doing.
He breaks up into... Okay, so you think because of what Cooper does that
he's
that
changing time.
That's going to reset things.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, I wanted to say the arm is a sycamore tree? Question mark?
Yeah, we were wondering if the arm is evolving into the sycamore tree because he has all those little branches.
Yeah, but he also kind of looks like an electrical an
electricity system or something like that. Yeah, there's different things. But yeah. It does seem like the one single sycamore tree is something that's kind of benevolent. That's something on the good side of things.
Yeah, the one.
Instead of sort of the scorched engine oil, it looks more golden.
Yeah. So I have a theory about that. Mm-hmm. And if we're going with Laura is this good spirit that's stopping evil. And there's a whole bunch of crazy spirits that's doing crazy stuff.
Wacky, crazy stuff.
That would make sense why there's a bunch of trees.
Oh.
And there's only one Laura.
The evil Mr. C has been vanquished.
Yeah.
The Bob Dodgeball has been destroyed.
He puts the ring on.
Puts the ring on, and the doppelganger disappears, and we don't see him in a chair.
We don't see him in a chair. We don't see him on the ground.
Yeah, it's just that we hear the ring fall.
Yeah.
So it seems like all is right with Twin Peaks.
Yeah.
But then we get the interesting part where the face of Dale Cooper appears kind of faded in the background during this kind of. It feels like a finale, even though we have one episode left.
One episode.
So he's kind of expressing gratitude and love for these people, hoping that he sees them again. Eventually, the big head Dale Cooper says, "We live inside a dream."
Yeah.
Right, and kind of slow motion. Yeah. And then things go black. He calls out for Gordon.
And Diane's with him. Yes. I forgot to say, I was right about Diane.
Oh my gosh, you were right about that. Diane. Good call. Yes. Yeah. So the lady that we've named as Nato or Nito is Diane. And so what do you think was going on with Diane?
I think she might have been trapped somewhere. I wouldn't be surprised if the person who pointed to the 3 was Audrey. Not gonna lie. Or the person who pointed to 15 was Audrey.
The person.
Oh wait, no. Okay, so the person who pointed to 15 was Diane.
And then the next person when he goes in, and the person that says, "Hurry, my mother's coming." Yeah. You think that was maybe Audrey?
That's Audrey. I think that might be Audrey.
All right, interesting.
Like if she's trapped somewhere.
Yeah. Oh, so the next time we see, so everything goes dark.
Yeah.
Then kind of it lights up on Diane, Gordon, and Dale Cooper, and they're walking towards that door.
Yeah.
With the key.
Yeah.
So what has happened with the rest of Twin Peaks at that point?
Yeah. So I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Because I was also confused as to why is Gordon there? He just said Gordon, and then he's there with
Coop.
Coop.
I'm the director. I want to stay in more scenes.
I want to be in this one too. Which, you know what? It's good.
Fair.
I don't know where you guys are. You guys are just, like, lost now.
It feels...
Like, he just goes through a door.
It feels like that they're at the place that Sad Boy James was...
Yeah.
And I don't know why the Great Northern keyword, but it has that kind of area. And they might have been actually security guards at the Great Northern. Now that I think about it, that might be where they are.
Maybe.
Yeah, so I'll have to check that out again.
They are. They are.
They are. Okay, so they're somewhere else in the Great Northern.
Yeah.
I don't know that they're going to his old room though, right? Because it feels like it's in the mechanical aspects, you know, the boiler room kind of places.
Yeah. But then they come to like a different room.
So they're using that key to get into this other dimension, or Dale Cooper's going to go there.
He's like, wait here.
So he says, wait here.
It's the whole episode reminds me of the story. It's Greek mythology, I think, where they go into Hades. And
Orpheus?
Yeah, Orpheus.
Orpheus descending down into Hades.
Yeah. And he's like, wait here. Don't talk to me, kind of thing. Like, don't look back, which he does look back, and then Laura's gone. When he looks back, Laura's gone.
Well, that's because I'm assuming he felt nothing in his hands. But there is a very Orpheus kind of thing, right? Trying to lead one out of the underworld.
It's got that feel.
Yeah, so but it's kind of interesting, right? Cooper's taking this journey alone.
Yeah.
But first it starts off with all the lights going down.
Yeah.
On the people of Twin Peaks.
Right.
And since he already said like we live inside a dream, I'm like, whoa,
hey.
Don't tell me this. Like, by the way, Twin Peaks is just made up, and Dale Cooper's and
absolutely not.
You know, like, so it's like I don't like it when storytellers do that. Say like this is all make believe, and we're moving on to some other idea.
I'm fine with that if a character is having something make believe, but I don't want the whole world to crumble.
Yeah, but at the same time, it almost feels like I think when I saw it the first time, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Watching it a second time, I kind of feel that it's more of as the lights are fading, probably what happens from the point of view that. So basically, what I'm saying, I don't think Twin Peaks stops existing.
Yeah. I think it keeps going.
What happens is that from the point of view of like the Casino brothers and Andy and stuff like that, they're going to see Cooper and Diane and Gordon fade away.
Yeah.
And so they've kind of like faded into the first phase of where, you know, like getting to the waiting room lodge type place. Yeah. So I think that's what that means, but I might be wrong. They might, maybe they also just teleported, or maybe the lights went dark and they said, "Gordon, Coop,"
and then let's walk
out here. Wow, I hope the lights really come on for them. But it was interesting when the good guys were showing up during this, you know, climactic scene. Yeah, the sun was faded, right?
That's because like the people were coming to put them back together.
Yeah. So before he goes through the door, he says, "See you at the curtain call."
See you at the curtain call.
That was unsettling for you.
And again, don't tell me things in a story that are, you know, I don't like that. I don't like when a character's like, "See you at the end of the book." But that's kind of fun, actually. I don't like when like a person says that.
You know, your sibling CJ loves it. Like, ooh, it's too spooky for me. I'll see you guys at the end of the movie.
See you at the curtain call, except we're going into the spooky part.
Yes. Yeah.
Everybody else is not going into the spooky.
All right, so Dale Cooper's going into the spooky part. He's led by Mike,
who
takes him to see Philip Jeffries.
The moon.
Or is he the moon, or is he in the tea kettle?
Is he in the teacup under the moon? The man under the moon.
He says something like it's slippery in here, but he could be saying that inside the moon too.
Yeah, or under the moon.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I was almost won over like, oh, it's the moon that's talking. But when he said it's slippery in here, it's like he's inside. He's
in there.
Or I think he became it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, so we see
oh my god,
so
and then
they're
they do
talking.
The little symbol. And it turns into an 8.
So we see the ring symbol turn to an 8, and then there's a little dot, and the little dot or the bug or whatever it is moves to another side, and then it's ready.
Yeah.
He says something about, and this is where Dale Cooper's giving the coordinates to go back to the day that Laura dies. When he says that, this is what I noticed.
Yeah.
Mike is just shaking his head like very.
It's not gonna work. Yeah.
But I don't know if he's just doing that because he's maybe just doing that.
Because he's just, you know, wiggly.
But it felt like it felt like either it's not going to work or it's like
not going to work.
This is
a bad idea.
Philip Jeffrey says something about Gordon knowing the unofficial version. So I didn't know if that was a reference to the missing pieces that has more information on the Philip Jeffrey scene. And he also says, this is where you'll find Judy.
Yeah.
And then Dale Cooper goes back. We already talked about how he goes back and sees Laura. So here's the thing. Is Dale Cooper acting alone? Meaning, because some of the things that he's done, we found out that it's like, he learned information from Major Briggs about such and such, and so there's a team. There's kind of a team. Yeah. And there's also he's worked with Mike, the one-armed guy, right? And we don't know what kind of knowledge. Yeah, we don't know what kind of knowledge he's been absorbing and what kind of connections, if any, he's been making in the Black Lodge or the waiting room, and before going in there with Major Briggs. Yeah. So, is Dale Cooper? Is he acting alone by getting Laura, or is he part of a team that has said, this is what you need to do?
Yeah, I don't think that Major Briggs would be about this.
Okay.
I don't think that he is acting as a team. However, I thought of it just now. Maybe there's part of Laura that wants to be saved. And so because I feel like Dale Cooper has a connection to Laura.
Yeah.
After the lodge. Yeah. Right? So it's like, I'm being affected by Laura, and maybe these things can help me out. And push in the right direction. And maybe Laura, trying to push him in the right direction, has also done something a little selfish. Like, I want to be saved. Please.
Gotcha.
Come get me. And that's why he's like, this is where I want to go.
So
and he might not know.
From the experiences with Laura in the lodge.
Yeah. From Laura.
The Fire Walk With Me scene at the very end, where Dale Cooper is like standing by Laura's side and they see the angel.
Yeah.
Has that happened already, or it hasn't happened? When we get to 2017 and Dale Cooper tinkering with time and stuff like that, is that something that already happened, or is it going to happen later?
I think it's already happened.
It's already happened.
Yeah.
So she's already seen the angel, and Dale knows that she's seen the angel. Yeah. But he's still going.
He's still like, we gotta save.
Okay.
I think so.
Which is interesting, right?
Maybe that's
because normally I think like, hey, that angel's here to take care of things. I'm going to let that. I'm going to let that be.
So maybe it hasn't happened.
Well, that's what I'm wondering.
Yeah, I guess it hasn't happened.
Okay, so you think that he doesn't know about the angels yet?
I think he's also doesn't he have like makeup on in that part?
Yeah, I think that there's some like the old age, or at least in season 2 when he's old.
Yeah.
There's some scenes with old age.
Sometimes where he like goes into the lodge and he's like older.
Yeah.
And he looks worse than he does now.
Yeah.
And
they didn't know. Yeah. He looks great. Colin McLaughlin, good job. Good job.
They even put a fat suit on him the first time they show him as an old man in the lodge. It's like, just so you know, he might, look like this.
Yeah, and he's like, nope, I'm gonna look great.
No, absolutely not.
All right, so I think anything else you want to talk about?
Oh,
what are your predictions? Oh, let's get your predictions.
Yeah.
Predictions for the final episode.
Because I was terribly wrong last time. Okay, final episode. I think we're gonna see more of Laura and Dale, and I think we're gonna get, I guess, like a little bit of answers about why Laura can't come back. Okay. Because I don't think Laura will come back. Okay. I don't think Laura.
And do you think Laura won't come back because of her own sense of purpose, or something is going to keep her from coming? So an otherworld presence is not going to let Laura come
I did want to talk about. That's what I was thinking of.
Okay.
Pete.
Yes.
Pete doesn't find the body.
Pete does not find the body.
Yeah.
We see the retrocon effects. So we see Laura's.
But I don't know that that's actually
Laura's body flicker away.
Right.
It might be something like that. This is the potential.
Right. That's
Dale Cooper says the line about when he's in Twin Peaks talking to them, kind of saying goodbye to them. He's saying some things are going to change.
Right. Some things are going to change because the future is dependent upon the past.
Yes.
Which is,
so to me that says he's already knows.
He's like, this is what I want to do.
I know what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
So you think that Laura and Dale will be prominent in the next, or I guess in the last episode.
Yeah.
And that Laura won't be able to go. So Laura's past is going to be solidified.
Yeah.
You think?
Yeah.
That her murder,
right? It's gonna
unfortunately has to take place,
right?
Fixed point in time, as Doctor Who would say.
However, I do wonder if they can do something where it's like the Laura that died was a copy.
Oh, a manufacturer kind of thing.
Yeah. So Laura who died was a manufacturer, and Laura that lived hid away in the bushes somewhere, or maybe she's one of those face people.
One of them.
No. One of like she's like, you know how we see
the teeth,
the
and stuff
eyes
like that?
lady.
Yeah.
The who turns into Diane.
Yes.
I feel like she is also that. Like if they were gonna do this, if there's a manufacturer, which I'm not saying there is, but there might be. If there's a manufacturer of Laura, then I think Laura, the real Laura, is inside Sarah Palmer.
Okay. So
like
Sarah Palmer,
physically inside.
Well, leave it to David Lynch. He might do something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. So are those are theories you're throwing out there? Do you think that they're viable enough that you want to make them a prediction?
They're like, I'm like 40%.
Okay.
Like I'm not like.
Okay, so the Laura that's killed is manufactured. The Laura that lives,
like
in some way is inside Sarah Palmer.
Like literally alive. Which would be very different from like Laura's a ghost.
Yeah.
Right?
But just like if they did like an X-ray, it's like there's a Laura Palmer here.
No, there's like a box in there, and then they take out the box and like they open the box and like Laura's like, hey.
David Lynch could totally do that. That could totally be it.
I think I could write my own Twin Peaks. Right? Like they open the box and then like Laura can't get out.
Yeah.
But like she can like, I'm in here. Like
only her arm can
only her face.
Yeah.
Like she's like pressed up against it.
And then they just put her on the shelf next to her.
Well, like they could like break the box and then she could get out.
They need the guy with the green hand though.
Yeah.
He didn't take off the glove. I thought he was going to finally like good riddance.
The glove is for him.
The glove stays on.
He bleeds if he takes off the glove.
Well, that's why I thought it was going to be, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like it became a part of him, but I thought now that the destiny has been fulfilled, he'd be able to take it off.
Yeah.
Any other predictions?
I think we're going to see Leland again. I don't know why. It's just a feeling. I want Bobby to come into play more. He needs to do more stuff.
You want more Bobby.
More Bobby.
And you want Shelley to get killed.
Yeah, I think Shelley's going to die. Shelley's going to die. My ultimate dream for the last episode is that we end on a cabin filled with spiders. The last scene is just a cabin filled with spiders.
A skeleton of Leo?
I don't know that we can see the skeleton.
But possibly there's a skeleton of Leo inside this cabin.
Yeah, like we're seeing the outside of the cabin, and then like a spider crawls against the glass window.
Oh, okay.
That's my ultimate ending for Twin Peaks.
I like it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll see if any of those predictions come true.
Yes.
Yes, let's rub our hands together and let's go watch the final episode of Twin Peaks.
For the first
return.
Time. It's soon going to be the end of the first time.
Yes.
All right. Goodbye.
Goodbye, everybody. See you on the other side.